Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as per whatever time you're watching this video. Welcome back to Tina Rosie's Craft and Sews. Today's tutorial is on how I made a backpack with flap from an old jean trousers. Please guys, thanks for the subscriptions so far. And if you're new to my channel, do well to subscribe, like and share my videos. On the jean trousers, I'll cut out fabric squares of 10 cm by 10 cm. I'll use one of the fabric squares I've just cut out as a stencil that will help me to swiftly cut out the remaining squares. I'm done cutting the squares, guys, and I have with me here a total of 36 squares, which I think is just okay for this project. I'll now cut the bottom of the backpack or the basement, which is 22 cm by 16 cm. I'm done cutting, guys, so I'll go ahead and curve this edge. I don't just like it looking pointed like this, so I'll go ahead and curve it like this. Guys, I'm using a circular object to curve this edge because I just love the outcome. For me, it looks better with this curve. You can still use your free hand to create this curve if you wish. That's the bottom piece, guys, or the basement, looking so beautiful. Place your squares wrong sides facing each other and stitch at the 1 cm seam allowance in such a way that at the end, the rough side of the seam will be on the right side of the fabric. Attach the squares into columns of 4 and rows of 4 in such a way that the back and front body pieces will take 16 squares each, while the remaining 4 squares will be attached to form the flap. Here's the flap, guys, which is 19 cm by 19 cm. So I'll fold like this and curve this edge to give you the nicer shape. This is the fabric piece that will be used as the flap of the back. To know the exact width of the front and back body pieces, I'll measure the distance round this basement divided by 2. I'm about to place the lining and cut, guys, so I'll start by lining the flap. Sorry for the color of lining that I'm using, it's not really matching with the color of the back, but if you're doing it for a customer, do well to match the lining with the color of whatever fabric you're using. Place the front and back bodies and the basement on the lining as a stencil and cut out. Note that the lining for the body pieces has to be at least 3 to 4 centimeters longer in length as compared to the jean body pieces. On this front body piece, measure 22 centimeters from down upwards to determine the midpoint. Then at that point, measure 6.5 centimeters on both sides and draw a horizontal line. This makes it 13 centimeters. So that's where we'll be attaching the zipper and the pocket. This interfacing is just to stop the fabric from peeping out when you cut through this line in order to attach your zipper. At 1 centimeter before the end of this line, just create a V shape like this. Just look at what I'm doing, guys. Place your zipper right sides facing each other on this area. Then pin with sewing pins like this. So now I'll take it to the sewing machine and sew. Now attach the other side of the zipper to the other side of the pocket opening and attach with pins like this. And then now I'll take to the sewing machine and sew. Place this pocket piece on the upper zip tape like this and stitch. Take the second pocket piece and stitch on the lower zip tape, making sure that there will be no raw edges on the inside of the pocket. Now stitch the two pocket pieces together at a 1 cm seam allowance. The pocket is done, guys. Now place the front and back body pieces wrong sides facing each other and stitch at a 1 cm seam allowance. Attach the flap to its lining, right sides facing each other. When you're done doing that, turn inside out, press and top stitch. Fold the top edge of the bag and sew. Turn to the back body, measure 3 cm from the top and attach the flap alongside the holder and back handles. I'll also attach this other end of the handles to the hem of the back bodies and sew like this. Go ahead and attach the basement to the back bodies like this and sew. This is called a Velcro closure. So I'm going to attach it to the front of my back bodies about 3 cm from the hem, and also on the flap about 3 cm from the hem. Here's the already sewn lining piece with the top raw edges well folded and pressed. So I'll just go ahead and insert it inside the back in such a way that the rough side will be facing the wrong side of the back. So the inside of the back is going to be very neat, guys. Using a heat activated adhesive, I'm going to glue the lining to the body 1 cm from the hem. I'm done, guys. I'm done. Cut many times through these 1 cm raw edges with a scissors and use a clean brush to brush out the yarns. As you can see, the yarns are falling off, guys. So when I'm done doing this, it will create a beautiful ruffle type of texture on the raw edges of the seams. I just went off camera and I created about 6 buttonholes at the top hem of the back bodies. Insert a lace through the buttonholes, which will be used to open and close the back when need arises. I'll just attach this button I got from the trouser here using a heat activated adhesive. It makes it beautiful. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye bye.